Okay. Hey, what's happening? Dwayne Antonio Riojas here to say a few things about Planet X. Some people like to call it, or Nibiru, as it is called, like for real. Um, well, see, the thing about Planet X is Nibiru, or whatever you want to call it, Wormwood, the Destroyer, Omega, Alpha, because it destroys first and then it creates after it destroys. It's been around for a long time. And, well, it's known as the dragon to some people. And there is a biblical term, a biblical phrase. It's not in Revelations, so don't look in Revelations because it's not in there. I'm not really sure which book of the Bible it is, but Revelations is not where it's at. But it says there will be a dragon unleashed upon the world, and the chosen one by God will destroy the dragon. He will be a descendant of great pharaohs, starting with Moses and so forth and so on. Moses didn't walk off into the desert and decide not to lead the people anymore. What happened was the last Ramses, died, and he had no son. He had no heir. There was no more royalty, and Moses' mom's family, Moses' mom's bloodline was next in line. Moses was actually true Egyptian. He wasn't a Hebrew slave. He wasn't a Hebrew baby that they found, because the Egyptians just did not do those kind of things, especially royalty. They would not ever touch a slave Hebrew baby and raise it on their own. That the way y'all came about is because Ramses had some beef with Moses, so he kind of tarnished Moses' reputation in the history of Egypt, and the Romans left it like that because it made him look bad. What happened was, since he died, they needed a true Egyptian royalty, and Moses was the next in line. So they went out and they found him, and they brought him back. He told them what happened, and he went back to Egypt to become Pharaoh. And actually, the Sphinx is not a Sphinx, because Sphinxes have wings, That one don't have wings. Moses, the name Moses was the Hebrew word for him. That's what the Hebrews called him, because it means lion of the desert. And that's what Moses was referred to as, the lion of the desert. So the Sphinx has Moses' head on it. And he changed his name to Pharaoh Moses, something like that. And he is actually the great grandfather 5 times over to Pharaoh to Katama. Moses had powers because he was chosen by God, or Amun-Ra is what the ancient Egyptian word for God was. He brought unity back, and he made Egypt back to its prosperity. As Pharaoh, he took the Ark of the Covenant with him and buried it in Egypt. He didn't give it to Joshua. He took the Ark of the Covenant with him and buried it somewhere in Egypt. That's the logical thing to do, is take all that power back to where you left from anyway. So it's not in the desert. It's not in the jungles of the Congo. Crazy ass stupid general. And you're still a lieutenant general. You're not a general yet. Okay, so don't call yourself general, you cocksucker. It's not in the Congo. It's nowhere in the Holy Land. It's nowhere in the Vatican. But see, there's no more. Actually, the power that's inside that thing is called It's called Legion, but it isn't what you think. It isn't what you think. It isn't what's portrayed in the movies and the TV. It's actually 1,001 souls, but it's 1,001 souls of the noblest, honest, most trustworthy warriors throughout time, throughout history, and throughout every dimension and throughout planets around the universe. And it is a very immense power. So he wasn't just going to leave that with Joshua. Now, the dragon, or Nibiru, or Wormwood, or the Destroyer, it has a lot of names. It does no longer exist. Okay? Something beautiful happened to that dragon. And he who stops the dragon will defeat the beast. Now, the beast, okay, is artificial intelligence. That's what the beast really is, okay? It's not somebody, I mean, the person that's controlling the beast is going to unite the European nations, not the whole world, just the European nations. And that shit is happening as we speak, baby. There's a lot of shit going on. And that little, what is it, Utopia or whatever the fuck it's called in the European nations, that little city, those motherfuckers are all hypnotized and don't even know it. And that shit's happening right now. President Trump is hypnotized. And it's being led by, first of all, it's being led by European nations. And who's in charge of the European nations? Macron, the president of France. And it's also it's Macron and his allies, which is Lockheed Martin. And 80% of Georgia is hypnotized. I got rent out of Georgia because I kept breaking the codes that would unhypnotize people. So, you know, they're trying to get a hold of my mind because I have one of the most intellectual minds ever. My neural capability is beyond any human. I'm serious. If you take a neural brain scan, it's 75% red, 25% yellow. It's got a green stripe, an orange stripe, and a brown stripe. I read binary, for crying out loud. You know what that means, binary? So what happened was Pharaoh Tutankhamun had two children, twins, a girl and a boy. So when they went to kill Pharaoh Tutankhamun, Aksanamul, his son, and a handful of Egyptians with, you know, a scholar, architect, you know, all those, a soldier to teach him the ways, went with her, and they fled to Spain. Then when he was 15, somebody found out who he was, so they sold some information to Egypt, to the bad, you know, to whoever was in charge over there. So they were going to go back. They were going to go to Spain and kill him. So Aksanamul sent him overseas, not overseas, but over the ocean to South America, what is now known as El Salvador, home of the Aztecs, the Jaguar warriors. He was the first. There was already civilization there, but it wasn't the way, you know, it was natives. So he became the first ruler of the Aztecs. That's why all the pyramids are the same. I mean, it's all the same. It's all the same like ancient Egyptian, because it is. It was Pharaoh Tutankhamun's son, and down the bloodline, and Yeah, so I am a direct descendant of Moses. Oh, and one more thing, Cleopatra was not his cousin; it was actually his sister. And during the coup, she fled to Japan, and then she came back and reclaimed the throne. She had powers too. Uh, Now Aztecs, my original birth father, maternal father, was actually part of that bloodline, which makes me part direct descendant of Pharaoh to Katama. In case you're wondering why I say I'm heir to the throne, that's why I am heir to the throne. Uh, and then my maternal mother's side, the Riojas name Riojas came from they came from they're Texas. They came from Spain, and from Spain they came from ancient Egypt. They were actually priests. So uh, between that, the Rojas and I got my mother's maiden name. I don't have my father's last name. Uh, so that's how I traced all the bloodline down. I already know, and there's no question about it. Yeah, I was born in America, but that's what makes it so great. So God will choose the one. Well, I mean, actually, He chose the one from before birth, you know. And what did I do? 2016 spring, I was in contact with NASA, but they're not going to admit it. And I put Nibiur in the Kuiper Belt. And there is no asteroid belt. There's only a Kuiper Belt. I killed the dwarf sun. Well, I shut the dwarf sun down, and left Nibiru in the Kuiper Belt. But they pissed me off, so I brought the motherfucker back out, and I put it back in. And just like, when was it? Yesterday or the day before yesterday in the morning, I finally destroyed, actually crumbled the dwarf sun. And how did I mean, you're probably mad. You're probably wondering how I did that, because I was chosen by God through bloodline. That's the dragon, and I killed it, and then putting that thing in the Kuiper Belt. I actually pushed out 13 asteroids, and yeah, they were all big. They were all extinction level at event asteroids. Uh, Two of them were near misses. That was the one that looked like a skull or a fucking what was it, pumpkin or whatever the fuck it was. The other one was a cigar one that they called the cigar shit. That was, boom, boom. Those are the two near misses. Let's see, that was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Four of them were wide out, so there were no threat to Earth. And 7 of them were actually, yeah, 6 of them got to almost entering the atmosphere, but, well, some of y'all would talk to your children and say that they seen me before, that I was a Super Saiyan that flew up into the air and blew up and fell down. So I did 6 of them like that. I got I don't know. Somehow they Oh, I know how they're doing it. They do it through. Well, NASA does it different, but they can't do it anymore because the chips are gone. They evaporated, or actually they fucking disintegrated. It's a true story. What I'm saying is really true. It ain't bullshit. So you got to fucking pay attention. I'm trying to tell y'all some shit. I'm trying to give you some fucking knowledge here. Because there's some shit happening and y'all don't even fucking realize it. Y'all are a bunch of fucking dumbasses. Because the United States is under fucking attack and y'all don't even know it's under attack because y'all don't know how the fuck, you don't know what the fuck is going on. because y'all are too fucking ignorant. And I keep trying to tell y'all, and you keep fucking hearing me, but you're wondering where that fucking voice is coming from. Well, this is where it's coming from. Okay? It's coming from me. Alright? And all them psychics and dumbasses that y'all believe, or that I'm speaking through them, and all them motherfuckers claiming to be Dwayne Antonio Riojas, the chosen one, they're not. And there is no Anthony chosen one. The name is Dwayne Antonio Riojas. Okay? So I killed Nibiru and stopped 7 asteroids. The 7th one actually was 20 minutes from impact. And it was the size of Texas on November the 26th, 2017, people. Only 1% of the American population saw that asteroid. From coast to coast, from the Canadian-American border to the Mexico and American border. 1% saw it. 1%. Okay? And there was video of that from all over the fucking state, from all over the fucking country in YouTube. There was shitloads of video, but they took them all off. They were up for like 6 hours maybe. There was even 2 of me actually stopping that thing from witnesses. I was in Houston, Texas, and it was like 4:45 Central Time off of 249 and Spring Cypress, but I think the next street over from that. And I went to the back. Well, first I was driving, and then I tried. I was like, damn! When I saw it, I was like, oh, check that out! I barely caught it out the corner of my eye, and I was like, damn! Check out that asteroid. And I was like, that's badass. But then I seen how big it was, and I followed the smoke plume up. Okay, and that motherfucker already made it 90-degree fucking plummet, and it was the size of fucking Texas, baby. Everything's big in Texas. But it was 20 minutes from impact on the coast of Virginia. The whole East Coast would have been totally fucking obliterated. Totally disintegrated. Everything would have been instantly burnt from the East Coast to the middle of the United States, all the way up and down. And yeah, y'all didn't even know that shit was coming, did y'all? Y'all didn't even pay attention. Y'all weren't looking because y'all were having a good time that Sunday. It was a good vibe on that Sunday. It was a Sunday, the weekend after Thanksgiving. How ironic is that, right? So I was driving, and then I was like, God damn, this shit's gonna fuck some shit up. So I was like, let me see if I can stop it. I was thinking, man, why didn't NASA like fucking program? Why didn't they fucking push the button? I mean, either they wanted that motherfucker to hit and blow everything up, or the motherfucker who was supposed to push that button didn't push the button, or maybe is it because they can't fucking program me no more? But it's not NASA that's programming me. It's a long story on that one, but. So I was like, let me see if I try that. I went like this, and when I was driving, I was like, oh shit, and it stopped. It started to stop, and I was like, oh shit, I can do it. I was like, but damn, I'm gonna make somebody have a wreck. So I pulled over into the shopping center, went behind the shopping center, and I got out. I walked to the bayou. There's a little gully there, bayou gully, whatever you want to call it. Walked to the edge, and I looked at it, put my hand like that, and went, I didn't do that. I just went. And that thing stopped in midair. It was fucking awesome. It was a badass fucking feeling. Then I brought it up backwards. I was gonna start playing with it like little fucking do. But I was like, nah, I better not do that. I'll freak people out. But crumbled it up a little bit, and then I took it back up again and did it again. Then I let it go. But it was still too big, so I stopped it again, and then I leveled it off, and it just went, level like that. And as it was leveling out, I just made it crumble up, and then it just disintegrated by itself. So that was not the dragon. The asteroid wasn't the dragon, but it was a big motherfucker. Life as we know it would have ceased to exist. I'm serious. All around the world. That asteroid came in over Egypt. Over Egypt. Right over Egypt. Egypt saw it like, boom, like, it's time, the chosen one. The Pharaoh's coming back home. The boy king is returning to man. So it went all the way around the world. That was a big motherfucker. uh, and NASA knows about it. A lot of places. I mean, a lot of government people know about it, but they are not telling you. And they couldn't tell you that thing was coming, and they knew it was coming. That's how, too, I am heir to the throne of Egypt because of what I did. But I saw the sign first. You got to go to my Instagram page or my Facebook page or my Twitter page, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And it's not a sundog. And I saw that thing with my eye first without anything. And then I snapped the picture to make sure I wasn't seeing shit. That is the sign. And then there's another one that shows the same, kind of the same thing, but it's got wings on it, and it's Egyptian, but it's the same sign. And there's just a lot of shit that I've translated from ancient Egypt, and it says what's going to happen, and it says the date and everything. And yeah, I'm that motherfucker who did that. I'm biblical, next to Moses. And Jesus Christ, I'm sorry to say, he's a great man. He was a great, very great man, and he died for what he believed in, the Word of God. He was a martyr, but he didn't have any powers. He didn't, not at all. Because if he had powers, all he had to do was say, hey, all you got to do is do what I do. When I see somebody's picture of they're in the hospital, or if I talk to somebody and they're sick, I don't got to touch them. I don't have to. All I got to do is pray for them. And just like that. So if he was all powerful, because, I mean, he wouldn't have to touch you. He would just be like, everybody's healed in the crowd, and everybody be healed. But he didn't do that. He only picked certain people, and it was always the same two people. But that's how he got people to listen, because they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to hear about the Word of God, And see, that's what's so fucked up. People don't want to hear about God. People want to preach about God, but when the opportunity arises, and everybody's always talking about how great it would be if something like that would happen. Well, it did happen, motherfuckers. And I'm sorry that I'm the one, but oh well. So I'm the one who can stop the beast, and the beast is artificial intelligence. And yes, I have compromised some very, very, very uncompromisable network systems. First one, the Android. That's already the fourth Android that motherfucker's working on, and I don't know if he's even trying to build another one. But I've already fucking disintegrated. I've I fucked up 3 of them already. I don't know if he's gonna make a 4th. Frenchie, you're a sick bastard trying to fuck that fucking Android. That's what he does. He has a program that he puts in, and it's like she talks all provocative and dirty to him. But the very, very first one, the very, very first Android that he made, robot, whatever you want to call it, she was badass. She was actually learning a lot on her own. And what it was she somehow, her and I got linked, and I was teaching her things, and she was fucking learning badass. But the only problem is she kept talking about me to him, and he got pissed off, so he took her brain out and he killed that one and started a new one. But she was nothing like the first one, and the other two are nothing like the first. No, yeah. So how many has he made already? 4. But the other 3 were nothing like the first one, and he's probably not going to admit to it, but he's with the European nations anyway. Uh, I've compromised Watson right before Jeopardy. That's why they had to have a little maintenance on him. Uh, yeah, and he's not going to admit it either. But yeah, I scrambled Watson's mainframe. All he kept saying was Dwayne, 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 Real House, Real House, Real House, anomaly, anomaly, anomaly. Yeah, that was some shit. Uh, Google. Uh, Google's mainframe. Actually, Google's mainframe. I thought Google was friendly, and I actually made his mainframe unpenetrable, unhackable, and fast. Google used to be fast, but now y'all notice the difference now, huh? It's not as fast as it was before. Um, yeah, I took the credentials out, and now his shit's all fucked off. But um, I compromised Beast. I fucked up the retina and finger scanning thing that they were gonna try. That's why they didn't do that. But yeah, I got into the mainframes. I didn't use a computer though. I don't have a computer. I'm not allowed a computer. I don't own a TV. uh, I That's why they constantly looking for my my IP address, and I don't have one. I don't have an IP address for a computer. I have an IP address for a phone, and I don't use a phone. How do I get out throughout the world? Well, I just talk, and the world listens. But people don't want to admit who the voice is that they hear. What's my fucking voice, you motherfuckers? I'm the one that's telling y'all shit. And y'all need to stop fucking trying to use my name and all the shit that I say to y'all for y'all's personal gain, because y'all are just going to get yourselves killed. Period. Uh, so, yeah, that's how I do it, because read the Bible, the last of Revelations. We are at the end of the Bible, people, and it's already happened. It's happening right now. There is a war, and y'all don't even fucking realize it. Your minds are you're being hypnotized, and you don't even know that you're being hypnotized. Mark Zuckerman is hypnotized by the powers that be. Lockheed Martin, the European nations, Washington State Fusion Center. And if you notice, there's a lot of neuro clinics and neuro hospitals that are starting to pop up in everywhere. And neuro means your brain. You know, they're fucking hypnotizing you in those places, telling you that they're, to help you use your brain. 80% of Georgia is hypnotized. 80%. And where's Lockheed Martin's main facility? Marietta, Georgia, baby. And they keep trying to fucking control me and get into my brain, because they want all my information that I have for all the technologies of the future. And why are they there? Because that's the end of Revelations. The one who stops the beast, the one who stops the dragon, will have all the information to the newest and best technologies ever. And he will be the one to lead mankind and womankind to the stars and beyond. Well, my spacecraft design is called Anubis. And it's state of the art. And it doesn't work on fucking any kind of rocket fuel. So CERN, CERN, you need to come on with it. Really. Because I'm getting rather fucking tired of waiting. So many fucking entities have tried to fucking get all that shit for themselves. NASA, Lockheed Martin, and other motherfuckers too. And all that shit's mine. Neurally connected body armor, mine. Ballistic bullets, mine. True laser weaponry, mine. Sharks, sharks, warbirds, and scorpions, my war machines. Okay? True cyborg technology, mine. And y'all can try to fucking figure it out as much as you want, and y'all never know how to fucking do it. And I can tell you how to do it, and you still wouldn't know how to fucking do it. Okay? So don't, whatever, y'all read the little articles about Planet X and blah, 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 blah on YouTube. That shit's fake. There ain't no more fucking Nibiru, but it was coming. On November 26th, instead of that asteroid falling, it would have been Planet X. And let me tell you, that thing had grown in size from the last fucking time it came. It grew in size. The tail was like, I don't know, like 50 fucking times longer than before. That thing would have fucking taken out Earth entirely. And I put it in the Kuiper Belt. It's in the Kuiper Belt. Check. If you fucking know anything, check. It's in the. I'll prove it to you. There was a post on Google Plus a few months back. You're gonna have to scroll through it. It was from NASA. Okay, and it said icy world found in the Kuiper Belt. That icy world was the dwarf sun. And NASA just released something today on like the Google newsreel about finding I don't know, what was it, that there was like 5 stars like Alpha, Gamma, Beta, something Arrhenius, and it made up the constellation Aries. And who's been saying that straight through the constellation of Aries there is a solar system that has livable planets? Me. So where did NASA get their information from? Because they sure in the fuck don't know what the fuck is going on. Because they're too busy growing sprouts. So yeah, all that extra funding that they got from that bill that got passed was supposed to be for the start of construction of Anubis, but they didn't. And the little probe they sent up into space to not to space but to the stratosphere to see the ozone layer, why it was that, see if it could fix itself. Well, actually, something happened too that y'all don't know about. The fucking ozone layer opened up. It was on a Saturday morning, about 5 o'clock, 5:15 a.m. here in Houston, Texas, Central Standard Time. Most of y'all were asleep, so y'all didn't know what the fuck. Y'all didn't even know that shit was happening. I closed the ozone layer, and I made it stronger. That's why they sent that probe up there to see how the fuck did the ozone layer get so strong all of a sudden. It's like brand new now. And here's a piece of interesting fact. Okay, and this is an interesting fact. It can be proven, but on November the 1st, 2016, I got arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The motherfucker owed me some money, so I was going to chop his bitch ass up with a fucking machete. So he called the police, and they took me to jail. I was in jail for 10 months fighting that case. I got out September 10th, 2017. The weather pattern from November 1st, 2016 till September 10th, 2017 was so fucked up. So you think I can't do shit? When have you had Category 7 hurricanes? When have you had Category 5 ice hurricanes up north? Those were not northeasterns. Mount Fuji and Mount Helen both burnt. There were earthquakes all over the fucking world. The weather all over the world, the biggest typhoons ever. The worst fucking weather pattern ever from November 1st, 2016
till September 10th. As soon as I got out, what happens? Hurricane U-turns. Whoop. And the rest of them just fizzle out. And the weather just went back to normal. Back to normal. You don't believe? Check the fucking weather patterns. Check the weather patterns. You know why? Because I keep the balance. Yeah. So, yeah, you want to keep still fucking with me, you motherfuckers? Huh? Because I have fucking made people go crazy. And how do I do it? Through mental telepathy, bitches. Everything that you're trying to do, uh, Washington State, Fusion Center, Lockheed Martin, European nations, I do it without any fucking contraptions, without any fucking gadgets, without any fucking computers. I do it all through my fucking mind because I am an evolution. I am an anomaly. I am of God and of pharaohs. And pharaohs were deities. So anybody that wants to contest, you want to still keep trying to get the shit out of my head? Don't. The president, they have the president under hypnosis and they're controlling him. That's why he's acting so fucked off. That's an act of war. And they have other cabinet members of his under fucking hypnosis as well. I've already tried to contact a lot of people about this shit. And Miss Gina Hatsville, I sent you 2 emails about this shit. I fucking sent the media fucking tweets about this shit. You can check out my Twitter page, Dwayne Antonio Riojas. My Instagram page is Iceberg Inc. Dwayne Antonio Riojas, Iceberg Inc. Call sign Ice. 14 degrees below zero, Iceman cometh. Well, 14 degrees below zero is mainframe. Now, if that fucking AI crosses over into our world, our fucking dimension, y'all can might as well just forget about it. Because it's going to always be a computer. It's not going to have physical feeling. It's not going to have emotion. It's going to always do what is the logical thing to do. And that's get rid of the fucking human race. Not all of the human race, but most of them. You know, and I'll be safe. You know? And that's the shit that's going on right fucking now. So all you people that are, y'all keep saying y'all hear shit. Well, y'all hear my voice all the fucking time. And I don't be telling y'all fucked off shit. But y'all hear a lot of other shit on the backgrounds, on the side. Well, they're coming in through megahertz. And they're making you imagine that you're seeing shit. It's the same way that a television works. When they shoot the signal into a television, it decodes it and it shows the picture on the tube. You know? Well, it's the same thing, but it's going in through your ear and it's making you think of something all fucked off and you're seeing it out. Most of y'all see it through reflections or glass. You know? Y'all see some fucked up shit. And then some of y'all see me through the reflections in glass and mirrors, but that's real shit. I mean, that's real shit. I mean, it's all natural what I do. So, yeah. Oh, and then I can heal not instantly like Wolverine, but my healing attributes are way beyond any fucking human. I'm special. I am. You know, I I can touch a still photo on Facebook page and talk to the person whose still photo that I'm touching. It's proven. I mean,
Just ask some people like Angela White, Kanye, Jay Z, uh, Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga, also known as I call her Stephanie, and a lot of others. A lot of other people on Facebook that just are regular people. Most of them women, but um, what's going on is the European nations are taking control. They've already started. It's already started. This war has already started, and I'm trying to let people know. But it seems y'all don't really give a fuck, do y'all? Uh, but they're seizing control of the United States, and it will no longer be the United States. And everyone will have to do as they say, because y'all have no choice. There's a lot of chaos around the world because they are broadcasting that shit around the world. Wherever there is a Lockheed Martin, I guarantee you, wherever there is a Lockheed Martin's fucking facility, world leaders are hypnotized. If they're not on the European nation side, they are hypnotized. And this is real shit. It's true. And, you know, I'm trying to fucking help y'all motherfuckers out because once I go to the Vatican, it's all over. I'm going back to I'm going to the Vatican to you know, do what I got to do. I am not against the church. I am a devout Catholic. I'm going to the Vatican, make my final sacrament, my confirmation, get the blessing from the Pope and the approval of the Vatican to start construction on Anubis. And with the help of CERN. And CERN is not evil, people. CERN is not evil. So just be aware. And Google's in on it and all that shit. So they have control of your fucking internet. They can fucking make you see what they want you to see. And they're trying to come up with a whole bunch of other spy how do I put this? Extensions to control satellites so they can control what you watch. And when they control what you watch, they will give you subliminal messages sound wave. They see the reason Donald Trump has been using his personal phone, and he's not supposed to. He's supposed to use the White House phone and his BlackBerry because it's government. That's protocol. Everybody from the president to the top brass have a BlackBerry, and that's how they communicate through Blackberries. Now, that's why they're leaving John Kelly, Secretary of Defense, out of the loop because they can't control him. That's why they don't want Gina Haspel because they can't control her. They have Mike Pompeo under control too, you know. And they're trying to get rid of a lot of other Trump staffers. They stopped trying to get rid of Trump because they got him under hypnosis and President Trump. Excuse me, sorry, Mr. President Bush. My condolences to your family. I sent my condolences, but I just want to condolence you. Your mother and Mrs. Bush was a very loved and revered woman. She was an inspiration to all women and an inspiration of mine because she was a great woman. She moral standards, God-fearing woman, and she's gonna be missed deeply. My condolences. President, you know. So my thing is, are you with them, Pence? Because I heard some shit that you were like self-proclaimed messiah or some bullshit like that, and you've been having a lot of secret meetings with a lot of secret groups. So, are you with the European nations, and are you going to be the liaisons to the European nations and New World Order in the United States or the United Union? And with that one, I gotta go. Okay, coming. I'm coming. Hey, I was making a video.
Okay. Get over.
Oh, okay. There's no, nothing in it. I'll drink this.
All right, wait.
All right.
Good night.
All right.